Okay, let's look at Trump's ambitions to invade other countries. Let's see what it has to say about that. I think I will use this deck. Trump's ambitions. Invade Cuba. Invade Mexico. What about Trump's ambitions? His braggadocious, his drama. And what was with yesterday, you know, him and his, he absolutely looks like a total idiot. What is with that crap? I don't know what does he think he's brilliant in doing that? He looks like an absolute imbecile. Somebody that should be locked up in a mental institution. Rather than being a president. Okay. Well, we know he's not a legal president anyway. We know the election was stolen. Okay. Anyway, let's see what we have with this. At the center of it, okay, it's about the long term. Long term, concrete things. Okay. Underneath of it, again, wanting to control an action. Fire, the action, going forward, charging forward, long-term happenings when it comes to that. His desire to invade other countries, Greenland, Cuba, Mexico. He's now gotten so full of himself. So we have, again, this is charging forward, the mental things, mental amping up when it comes to him thinking he can control the actions, that he's got the actions in hand. Above it, arguments. We know his argumentative, etc. And we have, these are the actions being done, okay? The actions he's contemplating. Again, new action, things he's contemplating that he wants to do, the arguments about it, and what, you know, again, he thinks he can control. So let's see what we have. The younger men, again, this could be military, etc. At the heart of it, arguments about it, foundation where things are moving. When it comes to the tough wheel, okay, the crushing wheel, the crushing dynamic. If they had done this, and the long-term things at the heart of it, what would happen? Waking up, underneath it all, waking up when it comes to this new action he wants to do, that he wants to go forward with. Okay? So this would cause a world of hurt. So let's go ahead and we're going to do the energy of this and see what it has to say. And I think I'll go ahead and use the tarot deck for this, the energy of this. You know, this is his new thing. I'm going to do this action, control, because I've got all the control. I've got all the wherewithal to do it. So what we have with this first thing, a loss. He's facing loss. Crossing it, underneath of it all, the 3 of fire, the birth of light. Okay? So this is the next action, what would happen overseas, etc., looking to see what's coming in when it comes to this. 1 of fire, force. So this new action that he wants to do, and what's crossing it is the Lovers. Now we saw that, you know, when I've done the readings before, somebody else is behind this, engaging in this with him. Okay? So this is a message. This is about what's being offered up. Okay? What's being offered up. And the message about information. Informational message. What's being offered up about facing a loss with this new intended action, crossing it again, looking at what's coming, and we have to find out who else behind this is involved in this. Is it Russia? Who else? Somebody else is, you know, pushing this. The energy going into it is about the strength, of his delusion, the moon, the strength of the delusion. In other words, he is mentally unstable. These are the choices he's making in life. The Fool. Foundation, 6 of fire, thinks he's going to get glory with what's handed out. Okay? The concrete things, he thinks this is going to glorify him. His delusion is even growing. He thinks he will be seen as a great dictator. Okay? A big man. Energy going forward. 1 of wind, dawn. Okay? Information is dawning. 2 of earth, balance, cause and effect, karma. The information is dawning, karma, the balance, cause and effect. If you do this, this is going to happen, okay? These are the ramifications. They're trying to talk to him. But of course, he's on the dark side, the devil, the dark drama. Foundation, okay, is about his mental spin charging forward. His mental. But what's driving it is, of course, karma, the wheel. The wheel is turning. When it comes to looking else, who else is involved in this, under the scenes, above it, his choices in life, what he's offering up, from the dark side, from the dark drama, the foundation, what's being handed out when it comes to the message, and again, his mental spin just, you know, his mind is just on this invasion and making himself look big, and his delusion is strengthening. This would be facing a loss with a new action. And so they are looking at the information of cause and effect of how these invasions would affect America. You know, this is not just about him. This is about the country. So they are behind the scenes working on, you know, discussing this and trying to get through to this buffoon. But again, he's in that mental space of wanting to be a strong man, wanting to be, look at how well it went with Venezuela. I have no consequences with it. So why not? So this is his thing. He's gotten power hungry. He's gotten, this delusion. So on that note, I'll leave that here. But again, they're looking at, again, behind the scenes, underneath of it all, this talking and trying to talk this fool off a ledge. But who is behind it? There is somebody else behind it, whether it's Putin, someone behind it that's egging this on as well. So on that note, I'll leave that here. And we'll see you online.